In this video, we're going to explore distortion filters on Photoshop, and we're going to create some evidence to prove that we can see the difference between the different distortion filters. The particular distortion filters we're going to look at are pinch, polar coordinates, ripple, shear, spherize, twirl, wave, and zigzag. To begin with, we need a picture of something that we're happy to use for the distortion filters. So I've chosen this picture of a light. I took other pictures of lights in this classroom, but this one seems to be the most appropriate to use. A very simple composition that will be easy to distinguish the different distortion filters when it comes to editing. We'll open Photoshop and File, Open the image that has been selected. Go to Filter, Distort, and Pinch. Pinch squeezes in or out like a sponge, so when you come to use it, really take advantage of this pinch tool. If at first it doesn't look pinched enough, then use the filter again. Filter, Distortions, Pinch. And pinch it in again 100%. Once we're happy that it looks like a pinched light, then go to File and Save As, and save it as a light pinch. At this point, we need to use Edit Step Backwards twice, and this will restore the original image. Next, we want to try polar coordinates. So Filter, Distort, Polar Coordinates. Polar coordinates stretches corners around. Again, I'm going to use this distortion filter twice to really show off what polar coordinates can do. And we'll file Save As Light Polar Coordinates. Edit Step Backwards twice to restore the original image. Filter, Distort, Ripple, and drag the amount up to 999%. Ripple dribbles like the rain on a pond. I'll do Ripple again and file Save As Light Ripple. Edit Step Backwards, Filter, Distort, Shear. Shear pushes curves like shaving a sheep on a farm. I'll curve it to the right. I'll shear it again and pull it further to the right. File, Save As, Light Shear. Edit Step Backwards, Filter, Distort, Spherize. Spherize wraps around in the shape of a ball. Let's spherize not once, not twice, but 4 times. This should hopefully emphasize very clearly what the Spherize tool can do. File, Save As, Light Spherize. We better edit Step Backwards 4 times now. And Filter, Distort, Twirl. Twirl rotates like water down a plug hole. Now this is a very strong distortion tool, so I'm only going to use it once. And file, Save As, Light Twirl. Edit Step Backwards. Filter, Distort, Wave. Wave wobbles like the sea in stormy weather. Again, this is a very powerful distortion filter, but it's also very complex, so I'm going to play around with this, but I'll only need to use the wave filter once. File, Save As, Light Wave. Edit Step Backwards, Filter, Distort, Zigzag. Zigzag plops like a pebble in a river. This is quite a subtle distortion filter, so I'm going to adjust the amount and ridges up to full and apply this filter twice. File, Save As, Light Zigzag. Now we can close Photoshop. On the desktop are all the images that we've just created. So create a new folder called Distortion Filters of a Light and drag all the images into it. Open iPhoto and drag all the images in. Select them all, File, Print, change to Contact Sheet and Print. Now this contact sheet is really important because it shows evidence that you can distinguish between the different distortion filters. The name of each image is specific, like pinch, like polar coordinates, like ripple, like shear, like spherize, like twirl, like wave, and like zigzag. These images act as an illustration of your knowledge of distortion filters on Photoshop.